Good morning. I don't know if this is going to be the setup I'm going to be using from here on out, but if you have watched my videos 2 years ago or more, you would probably notice that this same painting is in the background, and this is a setting where I started from a couple of years ago, way back when I was living in New Jersey. So I waited a little while just to share where I was going to land because I didn't want to share it until after I landed, but here I am. So now I will let everybody know that I did leave Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, where I had such an amazing, beautiful, wonderful chapter there with so many wonderful people for about a year and a half, almost 2 years. And now I've landed back where I came from in New Jersey for now. So this is my landing spot, and I have gone back to the job where I came from before, which is a work from home job, which is different for me, but it will allow me to do some traveling. It will allow me to, have a little bit more freedom at some point so that I can do some of the things that I've wanted to do. So that was the plan, and here I am. I landed, but this is going to be kind of a short video. I'm not going to go into a big subject right now. I just kind of wanted to share this. I don't know if you've noticed or not, but the times and the dates and the amount of time, the length of time between when I said I gave my 2.5 week notice at work, and now it's been more like a month or so, because what I've been doing is posting my videos, kind of spacing them out a little bit. I don't want to post every video all at once, of course, so I've just been spacing them out. These are videos that I took probably, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and I'm trying not to just flood you with a whole bunch of videos, but I did have probably 4 or 5 videos already done, and I've been posting them one by one. But I did leave my company last week. I've been here in New Jersey 1 week. I'm all unpacked, and I've got everything all situated here. But I did want to share, I wasn't sure if I was going to share this on my channel or not, but here's the thing. I have been nothing but completely transparent. This channel is not about me trying to be somebody, trying to, I don't know, just present myself in a certain way. This channel is about how all of us are moving along in our life's journey as life unfolds. And I did decide that I do want to share with you, and that's why this video will be a little shorter than some of the others. But I got here to New Jersey, and I haven't really shared too much about this. In fact, I don't think I've talked about this at all, because my mom, she headed into her 90s a few years ago, and she went from independent living in an apartment to where we had to get her moved from there into an assisted living center. And that was a bit of an ordeal. Then once we got her into the assisted living center, I keep using the word dementia, but she has never been diagnosed with dementia. But my mom was 92, 93 years old, and into her 90s. Her memory, just started to kind of slip, mostly her short-term memory. She did keep her long-term memory, which was a real blessing, because she never did forget me. Not one time that I ever called her on the phone did she ever say, "Who are you?" And not one time that we went to visit her, or that my sister went to visit her, did she ever not recognize us. So that was a real blessing. But my mom turned 94 years old. She was in a nursing home at that point, but it was a wonderful, beautiful place that my sister found. That was, she had her own room, and she had a little kitchenette. So it was a really, really nice place for her, and she really was very happy. But her heart was slowing down, and things were slowing down, as they will. And so we lost her mom the day after I moved here. So I know that I'm sitting here doing this video smiling at you, which it really hasn't hit me yet. I have to say that I landed, I was getting unpacked. I've been here for almost a week now. The day I moved in here, I was really praying and asking God to let her go in peace, because she was saying that she was ready. She was starting to really go downhill fast, and she didn't want to be in a bed lying there without being able to move, or without being able to function. I know she didn't want that, so I was just asking God along the way here to give her the peace, help her let go, and to bring her into that realm in peace, and in a way that she would be comforted, and that's exactly what happened. So I think right now I'm not experiencing the impact yet. I cried when my sister called me because she was there. We've been working. I've been settling in here, and we've been doing things and getting things situated, and just working on things. So it's almost like I'm go go go, and I haven't had a chance to really just stop. And so I've cried a couple of times since then, but I don't really think it's hit me yet. But that's one of the reasons I wanted to get on here now, because in all of my videos and in all of the conversations I've had with you about the afterlife, and about this life, and about how we see things and perceive things, and how life opens up and unfolds for us, I just can't express enough that my mom and I had so many conversations about this. I don't just know that she knew where she was going, who she is, and where she was going. I fully believe that she was, and not just prepared to, die, which is what, I don't know if we can say this on Facebook, to pass away, leave this earth, but she wasn't just prepared and braced for that. She fully knew what was waiting for her, and where she was going. I mean, people say, oh, I hope that they know they were going to a better place, to heaven. I hope they know they were going to heaven. My mom was very detailed about that. She talked endlessly. She didn't hold back. She knew who was going to be there, how it was going to be, what it was going to look like. She knew exactly what my dad looked like, what he was wearing. She was very detailed. And toward the end, she started to talk about these things as if they were her reality. I fully believe they were her reality. She didn't just go, it wasn't like one day she was up and talking and the next day she just went. They say that this is a process, that when we are ready to pass from this earth, sometimes, it can be sudden, but sometimes, it's a process, especially when it happens in old age. And having experienced that process along with her, I can say that I am even more convinced, and I'm even more encouraged that there isn't a disappearance of the entity that was. There is a transformation and an entering into a new realm of the life force that is. I don't believe that my mom is gone. I believe she exists. I believe she exists in another, I don't want to say dimension, in another, why can I never, density, another realm, another possibility. I do believe there are endless possibilities in all things, and all things can take place. And I just believe that when we transition from this one, it is not just possible, but I'm really convinced that there are just endless types of different lives we can live, and things we can do, and places we can be. I do believe that we become free from this world experience, and we can basically enter anything else, wherever it is we go. I'm fully convinced that she is in a different scenario, that she is living a life with her son that she lost. My brother, my mom and dad lost him. They're all buried together, and she wanted so badly to be with my dad. And I just imagine her as being in a family with my dad, and and their little boy. I don't know why, but the reason that I'm able to smile is just that I'm happy for her. Sad for me, and that hits me. It hits me when it hits me. And like the grief counselor said, let yourself grieve however you grieve. Don't judge yourself, and don't let anybody else judge you. Losing your mom is hard. It's not easy. And for anybody who's ever gone through it, I'm sorry. I feel for you. I really do. I lost my dad when I was 21, and my mom lived without him for decades, and she missed him, and she really talked a lot about wanting to be with him again. And I don't think that I'm just self-soothing by saying this, because the conversations that I had with my mom when she was in and out of lucidity, I just really do believe that she knew what was going on, and that she did cross over. She left my life experience, and I do believe that she is in another life experience, whatever that might be. Or if she's not in it right now, she knew for a fact that's where she was going to be. So it could be possible that the thoughts that were going through my mom's, mind, and what she wanted and what she was looking forward to, will be what her experience ends up manifesting into. I mean, I don't know. And I'm not saying that I know for sure. And when I say I know for certainty, or I know, for a fact, or anything like this, that's just in my heart. I'm not trying to say, as always, I don't know everything about everything. I'm not trying to say I'm a know-it-all. If the quantum physicists don't have all the answers, I certainly don't have all the answers. And I'm not trying to tell you what to think or what to believe. However, in my own heart and in my own mind, and the way that I view it, and after having all these conversations with my mom over the last year and a half, and especially in the last few weeks, I can say that in my heart, I truly believe that there is something after this. I don't believe that we are in a physical form, and then when we leave this physical form, we disappear or go, the Bible says we either go to heaven or hell. I don't believe that there is a place of torment, of eternal torment. For the people who have done wrong here, I do believe that we all get maybe what's called a life review, or, some NDEs, people who went through that say that there's a life review. Maybe they have an opportunity to see what they did right, what they did wrong, where they can do better. I almost imagine it like my work review. Here's what you did right. What could you have done better? How can we make things better the next time around? And I almost feel that is, more of what it looks like than the scary terror of fear that is brought on by a lot of the religions that are there to create fear in people. But again, that's just me. That's what I think. I do understand the Bible says what it says, but I also understand that we have our interpretations. And I know that my mom was, she was not an enormously religious person, but she was an enormously spiritual person. She understood the assignment. She understood the love one another. She understood, why is she here on this earth? To better people's lives and to be a light. My mom understood that when she was here on this earth. And, I just have to say that having known her and having been raised by her and having watched her, transition, I do believe, and watched the transitional period and being able to speak with her through it all. It just has me more encouraged than upset. I guess I could just put it that way. I'm not upset. I'll cry when I miss her. Every time I think of her, every time I want to pick up the phone, that's when the tears will come. And those tears will be for me, not for her. But as far as I'm concerned, wherever she is, wherever she went, I believe fully that she is okay, and more than okay, and just really living the delight of her life and living the joy. Living in a place of joy, and to carry out the light that she was to me. So I just wanted to share that. I wasn't expecting this to be 15 minutes long, but I guess I just allowed myself to have this conversation with you and just let it go wherever it would go. And that's where it went. So thanks for being here. I really, really do appreciate you being here on this channel. And I don't even know if I said it in the beginning, but please like and subscribe. Please share my channel. It helps the algorithms. If you like what I have to share, I do appreciate that you hit the subscribe button and the bell, or if there is a bell there to get my videos. Share it with anybody that you know who might be able to use this information or who might benefit from it. But I just can't thank you enough for being with me here along this journey, and I hope that you'll stay. And I really appreciate all of you. So thank you so much. I hope you're all having a great day. I will see you next time.